everyone. Welcome to Winged Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've all joined me today for Fun Fold Friday. We are going to use this gift card template that we made on Tuesday to make some cards that are going to be gift card holders. And I've got, stick around to the end because I've got couple of Christmas ones that I did for examples, but we're going to move on from Christmas today and we're going to do something a little different. We're going to make one that's a birthday card that is kind of what I'm calling a winter theme to it, even though it's not really winter other than it's blue, just kind of wintry. But I'm going to use the new True Blue Florals Designer Series paper. This is the product of the month for December. So you can get this paper pack for $5 if you spend $75 in my online store. There is a link in the description below. So let me just show you this really pretty blue paper here. So we're going to use this one today. So the coordinating colors for this paper pack are Balmy Blue and Night of Navy. So here are the front sides of the paper. And let's see if you can get it. If I can get it all in here, we'll take a look at the back sides right quick. So these are the back sides. So kind of just different color blue and Balmy Blue and Night of Navy, different patterned papers throughout this. So it's a really pretty paper pack. So let's go ahead and put this card together. So we're going to use our recipe here inside of our card. So I've got a card base that is Night of Navy that is 5.5 by 8.5. I've scored it 2.5 and 6.5. For our inside mechanism, we're going to use a piece of Balmy Blue that's 4 by 5.5, scored at 1/2 inch and 3 7/8. I've got pattern paper that's 2 1/4 by 5 1/4 and 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I've got pieces for our focal point here. I've got piece of Night of Navy cut with a Spotlight on Nature die, piece of Balmy Blue cut from a what did we decide this was, 2 1/4 just circle die. So let's go ahead and put this together. So let's do let's see, I just thought of something that we're going to need here in just a second. Maybe not. Maybe we'll be okay. So we've got, let's see, it goes this way. So smaller, thinner piece on the bottom, the wider piece on the top. So first thing we're going to do is get some tear and tape. And let's see, I can figure out where I'm always losing stuff. You guys know me. Okay, we'll use this one. I had another one, but this will work. So we're going to put tear and tape right here on our skinnier piece. So the piece that's going to go at the bottom. This is going to make the pocket to hold our gift card. So we're going to put a piece right there and another piece on this side. And you want to get it as close to the edges as you can so that you allow enough room in the middle for the gift card to, go in and come out smoothly. So you need all the room you can get in here. So we're going to give these a good burnish down, and we will peel this backing paper off here. And we're just going to take this and fold it over. And we'll give this a good press on the ends there. Okay. Now, next piece we're going to do, we're going to put our pattern paper down. So this is the wider piece. So this is going to go at the top. So let's get this down. And we'll put that out here. We're just going to kind of center that up, left to right, top to bottom. And we'll give that a nice push down. And then we're going to put our narrower piece down here on the bottom. So we're going to put it right down here. And I kind of want to make sure that I'm lining this up with the top piece side to side, so it, it looks like it is where it belongs. So we're going to give that a good push. And that looks good. See, we've lined it up left and right sides. Okay, now next thing we're going to do, do some stamping. So we're going to stamp on our mechanism piece before we put it together. So this is the part that goes at the top, and this is the bottom. What I'm going to do is just take this and flip it over so that this is flat, because I want to stamp on it flat. And for this one, we're going to stamp on our middle piece here. Now from the examples I'm going to show you in a minute, I didn't. I used some pattern paper. Well, I stamped on one of them. But most of them I used pattern paper on for our decorative piece. But for this one, we're going to stamp. So we are going to stamp in some Night of Navy. In this middle of our circle here, we're going to do Happy Birthday. So I just found an old birthday stamp that was, kind of a block style there so that it would fit inside of my circle here. So I'm just going to, let's see which side of this. This is the front side. So I'm just going to put this right down here in the middle. Hopefully that, there we go. That's pretty good. So that's going to go inside of our Night of Navy piece. And then on the top of this, so when you pull this mechanism up, this is the part that's going to show. So we're going to put our sentiment right there, which is why I laid this flat. And on there, we're going to put a stamp that says, "Let's celebrate." So let me ink this one up. Looks pretty good. We'll line this up with our glass mat. So hopefully we stand a shot of getting it straight. So I'm going to put it right up here at the top. So as close to the top of the edge as possible so that it still looks good. But this is what you want to make sure shows when you pull your mechanism up. So that looks pretty good. So we'll put the ink away. So now let's go back to this. So this is going to get folded up like this. So we need some more tear and tape to go on our little edges here on this part of the pocket. So I'll put some of that on here. And again over here. Again, to close to the edges as possible. We want to leave as much room as we can for our card. Let's get this off of here. And then this one. And we're just going to fold this up just like this. Give this a good burnish. So this is where our pocket's going to be for our gift card. Let me show you. I think I have my example gift card. Well, this isn't really one, but this works. So it would go just like this in here. Okay, so there's our pocket. Now, we've got our little flap up here. This is what we are going to attach to our card base. So we need another piece of tear and tape on here. So we're going to put it all the way across the mechanism piece here. We're going to give this a good burnish because we don't want it to come off. And we'll peel this away. Okay, now here's how we're going to do this. We're going to take this, we're going to insert this down inside of our card. Go down as far as it'll go to the bottom. Now we want to make sure we're lining this up left to right. And when you get it to where you're happy with the spacing on each side of it, so same amount of space on each side, when you get it to where you want it, then just close your top lid and give that a good burnish. And now when you open that, it's going to move that gift card mechanism on the inside. Okay, now I like to come back and give this all another good burnish just to kind of help it lay down. So it'll lay down over time, but we can help it too. Okay, so there's that. Now let's finish our piece for the outside. So we've got our happy birthday, and we're just going to put some glue on this and get this centered up inside of our Night of Navy here. Okay, we'll give that a good press down. Now, when you go to glue this on, we want to make sure that we don't glue down here because we don't want to glue our card shut. So I kind of just gonna eyeball this and hold my thumb there so I know not to go down here. I just want to do at the top for the glue. And then we will center this up. So we're centering left to right and top to bottom. We'll give that a good press. And there is our winter birthday card. So that was pretty simple, not hard to do, comes together really quickly. Now you could put some bling on this if you wanted, and maybe we will on this one. Let me see if I can find some bling that'll look good on this. I need something that's kind of, this might be okay. So this is Riverside Irregular Pearls, and they're kind of iridescent, and they kind of change colors with whatever you've kind of got it up against. So let's go ahead and put just a couple of these on here, just to give this a little bit of bling. Now, I didn't on any of the examples that I'm going to show you, but you'll see why when I get them out here. Why I didn't put any bling on them. And I really don't care for that. So let's see if we can move this over. Oops. Or not. Hang on, let me get this up off there. Okay. So I want to put this one over here. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so there's the birthday card. So let's go ahead and look at our examples now. So we've got our template, the one we made today. So this I made as a Christmas card, so last minute, wishing you peace and joy. This was out of the Modern Christmas paper. And then got another Christmas one out of the Seasons of Green and Gold. So again, wishing you. So when you go to put something on the inside here, you need something that, you know, is horizontal and skinny that'll fit across there. So not all sentiments will go there, but when you find one, you kind of use that one. Okay, so there's our first three. Now, this one I turned into a thank you card. And so this is using that Nests of Winter paper. And so I just used cardstock. So see on these I used pattern paper in the middle, but I used cardstock here and cardstock here so I could stamp just something little there. And then I cut these birds out of the pattern paper and just put those up there. And so this says, you absolutely made my day. So, and it says thank you there. So, cute. Not hard to do. This is a pretty easy thing. So if you needed a last minute gift card holder for any occasion, wouldn't have to be Christmas, but you know, birthday, anniversary, sympathy, just anything. I guess sympathy wouldn't really be, you wouldn't be given a gift card for that, but birthdays and anniversaries for sure. So, but if you needed something else, you could make this pop up and not put a, you know, anything down in there. You could just glue that pocket shut, and then you wouldn't have to make it a gift card holder, so you could use this design for anything. Okay, so there's what we've got for today. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I will be back and do some paper pumpkins over the weekend, and then we're going to start next week with, we're going to do Template Tuesday, but then we're going to be done with Christmas cards. We're going to focus on thank you cards, and then we're going to move on into some just winter you know, general purpose cards, I'm going to call them. So I hope to see you all back in my next one. So I will see you later. Have a crafty day. Bye.